Technology is developing at such a pace that the format of the conventional workforce is changing daily. Utilising the opportunities that present themselves with the transformation of the analogue world to the digital, Global Village Worker knows and understands how to recruit, train, employ and manage the remote workforce of the future, a critical component for business growth.
Global companies that are dominating the digital landscape, such as Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook and Alibaba, realize the opportunities and are reaping the rewards. As the global giants of this day and age, they are dominating their respective industries. They are dictating the pace, setting the trends, leads where others follow, and constantly increase their share value. The Digerati, a huge network of global experts and workers who have been developing new technologies and software for decades, are impacting millions of users daily. The gap between those who move with the digital wave and those who are hesitant or unwilling will soon widen to an unbridgeable divide. Similar to these Fortune 500 companies, Global Village Worker is knowledgeable and embraces digital technology. We provide employers opportunities for seamless growth and expansion, leading to more technocrats and a new generation of remote workers.
Global Village Worker knows that the essential elements required within this new working environment are the sophisticated digitalisation of administrative functions and sufficient human resources.
According to Global Workforce Analytics, working away from the office has grown 173% since 2005. A rapid speed of development in digital technologies coupled with COVID-19 pandemic impacted the format of the conventional workforce like never before. The percentage of those who are working from home or remotely is increasing daily. A recent Gallup poll showed that 62% of people employed in the USA alone works from home or remotely during the pandemic, a number that has doubled since March 2020.
Usually, company transitions to remote work have a long lead time. According to remote work strategist Laurel Farah, it typically takes 6 to 12 weeks for a smooth transition from on-site to remote work. While companies didn't have that luxury during the COVID-19 outbreak, they are already experiencing the benefits that remote work offers. Capitalising on these opportunities and advantages will help businesses make this new normal a productive and profitable one. Global Village Worker has systems and procedures in place, enabling companies to transition smoothly and timelessly. By recruiting global remote workers and employing them on a freelance or contractual basis, there is a substantial reduction in operational and human resource expenses. Additionally, the most skilled and qualified people available can be recruited and employed globally. The estimated savings could be as high as 30% monthly, depending on location, employer needs, and the expertise level required. This remote worker, the new digital avatar, implies a new approach, a new workplace environment, and new profiles of ownership that were never before possible. This is an evolutionary step, a new approach that will forever increase profit margins, impact business landscapes, and benefit society.
Global Village Workers can provide a wraparound, tailored service for any size of business, from small to large, anywhere in the world.
Global Village Worker, a robust startup company that provides and facilitates global turnkey solutions for remote working. We have realised the potential and developed a new and innovative approach to business, designing our own in-house native mobile app, which will soon be available in the Apple and Play Store, our all-encompassing and integrated system consisting of recruiting software, vetting, background screening, psychometric testing, training programs, attendance reporting, an employee wellness platform, and much more. Further including a custom-developed software for hiring and consulting, as well as a banking service for accounting and administration.
Our origins are rooted in the digital world, and it comes from having been doing Global Village Working since 2006.
Our systems are a result of digital genesis. Our structure demonstrates that Global Village Worker manages and benefits from all forms of remote work, which is critical for business sustainability.
During this period of time, we have recruited, trained, and also had operators working completely all over the world. And one of the basic things that we try to do is to move beyond borders, so people are not isolated in terms of their borders, and we are not isolated in terms of our hiring and finding talent.
Our leadership has assisted several companies in North America, Brazil, Asia, Southern Africa, and Ukraine, working in multiple industries, managing and employing 40,000 students and 430 instructors globally.
There are some really beautiful examples where we've managed to find really good talent at very affordable prices for specific companies. A typical example is a person who owned a trucking company in the United States. He had 6 trucks and he needed admin staff, and he needed somebody answering his phones, and he needed an accountant. And we literally sourced his admin staff from Namibia in Africa. We sourced his accountant from South Africa, and we sourced his telephone answering service from the UK. And all his trucks were running in the United States. So he could grow and shrink as and when required. And if he needed any research done, we were always able to find him exactly the right person with the right skill set, so that he could get somebody to do the research.
So what impressed me about GVW is that they're not just concentrated in one area. If you need an expert in architecture or accountancy or IT, they can source that for you. That saves me a whole lot of time trying to search around and find somebody that's good. And I know that the people they use are tried, tested and vetted, so I'm going to end up with good quality service every time I use them.
For more than a decade, they have developed expertise and gained sufficient experience on how to recruit, train, place, employ and manage the best possible talent available.
We have specific skill set requirements for small and medium businesses, and even for startups, because we can, when a company is starting up, it almost needs a completely different set of skills than when it's actually running. And the running staff are different to the setting up staff. And what we like to do is to get involved right from the beginning and make the right talent available at the right time for a company.
You're not tied in forever paying for people and things that you don't need. So for example, if I have a meeting or a conference, I can bring in one of their people to do the minutes and record it for me. And that's a lot more cost efficient than employing somebody on a permanent contract.
Therefore, we have a recruitment department, we have a human resources department, we have a cyber security department, we have training departments to help people to set up their administration on the global platform. We have all these skill sets that are available as and when required in the quantities required, rather than trying to create all these departments and then later on they're not as necessary once the company is up and running. So human resources is one of those really nice things to have in a small company, but very expensive to maintain. So if you have a problem in the company where a human resources manager is needed to solve a dispute or anything, we have that available, and then that is brought in to cover that aspect for a short period of time, and you use as much or as little of that as you need.
We are the digital workforce go-to company for both employers and employees.
I think Global Villages have been amazing for helping me set up my new company. When you set up a new business, there's so much to do. I'm not an expert in all the areas that I need to be in order to be a success. So I asked them to come in and help me develop my website and my shared drive so that I could concentrate on the things that were really important to me. I've been amazed. They've been so useful and helpful and saved me so much time, and I couldn't believe the cost. It's a fraction of what I would have paid if I'd had it produced in the UK.
Capitalising on the opportunities that remote work provides requires planning and innovation.
I think one of the things that we've got to realise is the COVID pandemic has created a real awareness of working from home. And I think that at this stage of the game, people have been sent home to work, and companies are realising they don't need the office space, they don't need the toilet rolls, they don't need the coffee. There's lots of stuff now that can go out of their costs. But the next phase will be they will need to recruit people who are experts at working from home. And that's our objective, is to create and provide expert home working people.
Business leaders are challenged to ensure their remote work programs, policies, technologies, data security and employment engagement is more sustainable and effective. Global Village Worker knows that managing and building successful remote teams requires more than a laptop, webcam and internet connection. We assess what technology employees and remote workers have or have access to, ensuring optimal performance and execution.
We are innovators in the field of global remote working.
You can have an expert at your side whenever you need them. So for example, if I'm pitching to a bank or negotiating a loan, I can have my accountant there with me virtually. Expert advice whenever I need it.
We have already built a solid foundation with all the applications and software necessary to drive this company to the next level. We have groundbreaking technology, and that has been born out of this experience of having done this before. We have a track record of having done the global working, recruiting the global, all the aspects of it have already been in our company on a global basis. That puts us at the forefront of technology, and everybody else is catching up at the moment, or are taking elements of this, whereas Global Village Worker has got it all put together in a good financial proposition.
Global Village Worker is an excellent opportunity for you to invest. These days there's so much growth. So many people are setting up their own companies rather than working for somebody else. And Global Village Worker gives you the flexibility to do that. I think we're going to see massive increase in this field in the future, and therefore potentially massive profits as well.
At Global Village Worker, we know what it takes. We are a reliable partner able to assist with all aspects, systems and processes. Our involvement drives sustainability and profitability. Global Village Worker turns potential into profit. Let us join forces and prosper together.